Hey gang, Ronan here. As you can see in this game, we've got Baddutch playing the Tier 10 US destroyer Gearing, and he's divisioned with Squidpent, playing the Tier 10 Italian cruiser Venezia. Matchmaking, well, I would say matchmaking is not terrible, but anytime there's a CV in the game, it's challenging when you're playing a destroyer.
Action stations.
Well, that's interesting. If you look at the mini-map, you can see that there's a pie-shaped wedge that I've never seen before that seems to correspond with the commander skill radio location or radio position finder for those who've been playing the game a little longer. There was a bug introduced with update 0.10.5, and these will not stay set for replays, only for the game, so I have to go in and manually reset them each time. And it does appear that that's what that is. It's just giving you some idea of the, well, that explains it. Harugumo is right in the center of that pie-shaped wedge. Well, not so much in the center now, but you definitely get the idea, right? That's interesting. It's the first time I've seen that. It looks like that might have just been added when the modder who creates this version of the minimap updated things for the most recent update. Gotta be careful coming around this corner very often. Torpedoes will be thrown this way, especially if they saw Squidpint in his Venezia. Also have aircraft patrolling over on this side. You always have to be careful about being detected, especially with Harugumo. Now this is, I think, one of the few times in this game where I think blind firing torpedoes can actually be really effective. If you're able to push up this far on this map on this side, you can throw torpedoes back there, and occasionally you'll catch a destroyer, sometimes even a cruiser hiding there. Don't think I'd open up with the guns, but you can see Harugumo and presumably also the Shima that's over there are angled up in an attempt to avoid eating a torpedo, but it looks like Harugumo is going to eat at least one here. And he does, and there go half of his hit points, which is great. Will he eat another one? Shima gets taken out. Boy, that's... what a great torpedo drop. So, just like that, Baddutch takes out the Shimakaze and robs the Harugumo of roughly half his HP. That's a devastating blow for the red guys. Now Harugumo is, he's in big trouble. Friendly Harugumo is going to be able to finish him off, I think. Well, maybe not. Friendly Harugumo did not smoke up, so he's liable to get sunk here himself. Well, he's trying. FDR is moving in to do what he can to help the red team. These two battleships, they're in a world of hurt. There's really no way to sugarcoat it. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 ships down there with big guns. Well, I'm counting them. Those sap shells hurt like crazy. And the CV, and they've got Baddutch and a Gearing on their side. So who do they show side to? Well, obviously they're going to show side in this case to Baddutch. They're probably just hoping he isn't hiding up here like he is, and they're trying to stay angled to all the guys that are down south. But Republic's, he's dead. He just does not have a chance here. And Montana, he's going to be able to outrun him. The Republic effectively screened the Montana. This is a favorite position of mine in any destroyer, really, on this map, other than, maybe Kleber or Marceau. But if you can get this flank and push this far north, battleships, especially after their destroyer escort is gone, they don't really have much choice but to run. Now, while all of this has been happening, the bad guys have secured Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie.
Attention, report target position.
So the Z-52 and the other Shima on the red team have been very effective. Yamato secondaries take out a Shima. Wow. And Shima also finishes off Squid Pent and the Venezia. Oh, the shame. Well, what can you do? That's a painful one. Couldn't really tell what was beating Squid Pent up prior to that. Battleships might have banged him up really good, and the Shima just saw an opportunity to finish him off. That is my guess. Montana and Conqueror have pushed forward.
Engine boost deactivated.
This is a dangerous spot to be. Torping the smoke, probably a good idea. But the AA has fired, and now the bad guys know right where he's at.
The ship is on fire. Problem solved, sir.
Yeah, it might have been a good idea to avoid being seen. Now he can go left here, get behind the island, that's good. But lost a lot of HP there. I think I might have, as soon as I saw the planes, smoked up, because between the Montana and the Shima, that was very costly. And now, if Baddutch runs into that Z-52, the Z-52 can smoke, hydro, and finish Baddutch off really quickly. That is a legitimate threat. You can see the Z-52's last known position marker there on the minimap. Hard to know exactly where that ship went, but
Smoke generator started.
she was pushing back around that way. I'm sure I would have smoked here, but I'm not even sure why he did smoke here. I'd be focused the other direction, towards Bravo. You could get torpedoes across there, maybe catch the Republic and the Kurfürst. Honestly, not sure what. I'd be interested to know what Baddutch was, what his concern was here. Maybe he was concerned about getting detected, but if he kept moving forward, the planes, it didn't seem like they were going to spot him. And if they did, he could always slow and smoke at that point. But don't fire here. Just use the torpedoes. Don't let them know you're there. I mean, they might already be able to see the smoke. We'll see how this plays out. Yeah, use the torpedoes. Don't use the guns. The CV is trying to cut. He's trying to save his own neck. Now you got to be really careful here, because if you push too far, which he already has, you're caught between these islands. Now he may be able to run to port side here. He's got to not ground himself on the island.
Engine boost activated.
Man, get the heck out of there. He's about to get detected. Very close. Republic looks like he's going to be able to outrun those torps, but I think Kurfürst is going to get at least one here. We'll see.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
See, now smoking where he did, oh, no flood, that's too bad. Smoking where he did leaves him without a smoke right now. And he could really use it right now. Wait for that curve first to fire, but the secondaries are, I mean, he's at 5,100 hit points. The GK Hydro, yeah. Well, if there's any good news, it's that the GK is burning. I have to hope he burns down. Oof, Republic is in a bad way. Okay, so Republic takes out the GK, Holland takes out a friendly Shima. The friendly CV finishes off the enemy Shima. And now this is a 6-3 game. The good guys really need caps. Now that Z-52 is still in the game. Still not only a legitimate, but a terrible threat to Baddutch. So we'll see how Baddutch handles this. Now, looking at the results, hard to argue with the results. Baddutch has landed 10 torpedoes, smashed a battleship early, picked up 4 floods. The bad guys, Roosevelt takes out friendly Montana. So 10 torpedo hits, 4 floods, 1 cap, 1 ship sunk, 4 incapacitations, 12 shells on target, and a decap. And the good guys are, well, potentially going to be able to have all 3 of the caps. Now they're down, what, 369 points right now, so they really need the caps. Richthofen just pushes forward. Risky with the Z-52 still out there, but if you can spot that Z-52, now that's smart. You just smoke up, slow way down, reposition in your smoke, make it really challenging for that CV to drop bombs on you. And then reposition, because now the Z-52 knows where you are. Z-52 has gotten behind the good guys, but we know where he's at now. That's great. And you can see that he still has a lot of HP, so I think I would probably just throw the torpedoes in that lane and hope to catch him in there and fall back. Because with the amount of HP that the Z-52 has, you do not want to get into a gunfight. Now here's hoping. That's a good dispersion of those torpedoes.
Engine boost activated.
So, following up with that, it's really hard to argue with results. And with 116,000 damage, a solo cap, a cap assist, 1 ship sunk, 10 torpedoes landed. I think the torpedoes were wide of the mark, but I think that was a good call to throw them through there. Daring's trying to chase down the FDR. Roughly 5.5 minutes remain. I don't see the game going this full 5.5 minutes. Z-52 might try and charge down the GK. No, he's gone into the Bravo cap. As long as he can continue doing that, his team still has a chance. He may, in fact, be using Baddutch's smoke. Now, the good news is, seeing that smoke, he probably used his hydro.
Ends in 5 minutes.
So, if and when Baddutch runs into him, that may be on cooldown. Let's hope. Good guys now down roughly 150 points. And still hold 2 caps. Z-52 is going to pick up the Bravo camp here. Gotta hope that's somebody.
Engine boost deactivated.
Now you can triangulate. I mean, now he knows right where the Z-52 is at. Presumably, the ping was someone with this same commander skill, saying this direction. So you just draw a straight line from that ship to where he pinged, and then from Baddutch's ship in that direction. And you pretty much know where the Z-52 is. It looks like he went to the south side of that island at Echo 4. And is probably trying to threaten the south side of the Alpha Cap. Good guys now hold the lead, and the Z-52 is the only ship left in the game. I think it's probably all over for the bad guys. And almost certainly the Z-52 is at the south end of the Alpha Cap. We'll see here in a minute. Richtoven's got, yeah, well, was at the south end of the cap. Looks like he was trying to inch his way north a little bit, presumably to get torpedoes on the CV. At his location, Baddutch has to be careful of torpedoes here. Baddutch is going to pick up another solo cap. Boy, this was probably a really good game in terms of XP. This could end quite suddenly, so I will say right now, Baddutch, great game. Squid, I'm sorry you got blapped early, brother. This was really fun to watch. Gearing's a favorite ship of mine for sure. Really fun to play. It's got such great utility. This is a foregone conclusion how this is going to end. It's just who's going to get this at 52. Those of you joining me here, I really appreciate it. I hope you had as much fun watching this as me. If you haven't already, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next time.